Hey everybody, it's Betsy from Sticky Mix, and this video, epically legendary video where I begin my new journey with my bullet journal. Dun dun dun. This is actually not what most of you are expecting, I'm sure, because this is just a generic brand from Michaels called Artist Loft, and it is definitely not the brand that everybody and their mom says you have to get to start a bullet journal, which is that like Electrum 1947 or something, like the one that only German people can pronounce, you know, that's the one I'm trying to say right there. I did not buy that, even though it was only like $20 at Barnes & Noble, because I was just like being rebellious. I'm like, no, I need to prove to the world that you don't have to just go out and buy a brand that everybody else is using. You can do whatever you want, okay? Just do whatever you want. So this is the one I'm using. There's the stats if you care. Whoa, reverse zoom. So I'm gonna zoom back out, hopefully, yeah, and then take off all the stuff that I no longer need, like the barcode and the blue, whatever that was. Yeah, whatever that was. So I'm actually starting out on the very first page, which has like no dots, and I'm putting down the year's theme, motto, something like that. I don't know. See, because last year was the year of the golden dog, and that was an amazing year because I was born in the year of the dog, so you can go figure out my age if you want to. And it was the year of the golden dog, and it was also the year that I was trying to make money to pay off student loans, so everything went together. Nice, great little theme. And any time that I wanted to buy something, I just asked myself, does this make money? No. Does this save money? No. Then you don't do it, because that was the whole point of this year, was to pay off student loans by doing those two things. So this year, the year is the year of the Earth Boar, or so I thought, until I found out that it was the year of the golden pig from my favorite Korean show, Ikigai. And then I was just like, oh, okay, then I'll just keep calling it the year of the Earth Boar, because I know I didn't just make this up. Like, I'm sure I had to look it up because I don't have the Chinese zodiac like memorized. But anyway, this theme also kind of went along with what I wanted to do for this year, 2019, because this is going to be the year that I'm a little more pig-headed, is one way to put it. And also I just want to ground myself, you know, earth, grounding, centering, like start doing things for me and my future instead of everybody else's dreams and everybody else's future. So like, for instance, last year, since I was so bent on making money, I did a lot of shift covering at the Mexican grill place. Like anytime somebody called out, which was frequent, they would give me a call and say like, hey, you want to come in and, you know, just cover these 3 hours, just cover these 4 hours, do you want to do a 12-hour shift? And I'm like, sure. I said yes every time, because I had to ask myself, does this make money? Yes, it did. And so I would always say yes. And unfortunately, that's given me kind of a reputation at the Mexican grill place that I am now the first person they call no matter what, to cover a shift. And now I have to start saying no. I have to dig my heels into the earth and start saying no. Because this is also a year where I'm going to take a little motto from a Japanese drama that I have no idea how to pronounce, so let's just I don't know, find it later. But anyway, it's a year to focus on grounding myself, and here's the little sort of saying that went along with that Japanese drama. It's the courage to be hated and the courage to be happy. And the idea being that a lot of times the things that you need to do to be happy go against what everyone else needs to be happy. And it's from this drama. It has a really long Japanese name. It's, what is it? Pop on screen. Right now? No? Please? There we go. Kirawareru Yuki? Yeah, something like that. Where it's based on Adler and his principles of like the individual versus the self. Or no, not the individual versus the self. Individual versus society. And how, like, let's say, example was in the drama, there was this long line at like a bakery, and there was one piece of strawberry shortcake left, and this little girl at the back of the line was like, oh, I'm gonna get some strawberry shortcake, la la la. And then the girl at the beginning of the line, who was on that picture of the drama, wanted strawberry shortcake too. So then you have to say, okay, are my needs, I want the strawberry shortcake, going to be followed, or am I going to do what society would tell me to do and save it for the little girl at the back of the line? But she just bought it because, like, why not? Why can't she be happy? Why can't this little girl learn about disappointment? Because, you know, that's how it is in life. Anyway, that was a really long rambling about nothing, so let's move on, shall we? So, 2019, year to be hated, year to be happy. Also, 3 to 5 year goals. This is something from Getting Things Done. And these are kind of some vague ones, like let's exercise daily so I don't turn into a lump of immovable flesh, and let's eat like 80% plant-based diet, because I have a feeling that all the diets I've tried over the years, and I've tried very many, all of them support leafy greens. Like, doesn't matter if you're doing keto, paleo, like I'm sure the others too, Mediterranean diet, whatever. Nobody ever says, like, don't eat lettuce, don't eat broccoli. You know, nobody says that. So I'm just like, well, what if you just ate 80% like green stuff? Then it probably doesn't matter if the other 20% is like pancakes and, I don't know, bread and mashed potatoes and ribs. It doesn't really matter because you're already outweighing it with so many vegetables, you know? That's the idea. I don't know if it works, but let's try that. Also, I want to collect moments, not things, as part of minimalism, and teaching online courses would be great, because even though I enjoy teaching, I don't enjoy teaching in classrooms, so the next best thing is online. And then, a little Kina print sticker. It says, take my money. I need to save enough to enroll in a BA degree program. Oops, the sticker was in the way, I gotta move it. There we go, program. Because I am mature enough to realize that I need a plan B to survive in this world, and if I don't want to work at this Mexican grill job for the rest of my life, probably going to need a better degree. That sticker was in the way again. Kina prints, why you get in my way? Why do I stick you in my way? I should just stick you after I write the thing. So post art to Instagram regularly is a thing for my 1 to 2 year goals, because again, getting things done is like, okay, you got your bigger goals, and then like break it down into 1 to 2 year goals, and then break that down into like this year, and then break that down into this month, and then this week, and then this day. So all those things. Choose veggies instead of carbs. That sticker was by my friend Linda. And then that little brat rabbit, I don't even know his name. Finish KonMari. I gotta finish and get rid of the stuff that doesn't spark joy and is just dragging me down, man. And if you're wondering, no, I have not watched the KonMari show on Netflix, because my sister watched an episode and she was disgusted that, as commonly happens in American shows, it's more about the drama of these people and their messy houses rather than actually focusing on her techniques and her methods. So not even gonna waste my time. I know what I need to know about the KonMari method, so I'm just gonna go do my thing, hopefully. Here I am writing off screen. Writing down that I'm going to make a personal uniform as part of my minimalism that I'm trying to embrace. Create a personal uniform, there we go. And then something else happens. Here we go. A little samurai sticker, and I wrote down finish the webcomic, the 100-panel webcomic that I started like in 2017 or so. And I just wanted to do 100 panels, just wanted to practice finishing something. Haven't finished it yet, let's just get that done. Let's just do it. And then another 3 to 5 year goal is to speak a second language. Right now the focus is on Korean, so I wrote in Korean 안녕하세요, which is hello, and that little rabbit slash dog in the mushroom house can say that. And then I also wrote under it speak Korean, just because, yeah, let's be clear about why this little dog rabbit is saying 안녕하세요. And then adding a little drop shadow with one of my mild liners just to add a little something something. And I realized this collect moments not things, which is on so many Mampi stickers, might not be clear, like how is that a goal? And so I put minimalism on the side there. I also had like a wonky negative space, so let's just fill it up with something. Lots of white space, and I didn't really do this part right now that I look at it, because the 3 to 5 year goals are supposed to be the themes for the 1 to 2 year goals. So then I came back later and I wrote in like, how are these things related to the 3 to 5 year things? So then discovered that, yeah, this one is kind of the same as the other one, so maybe make it more specific. Maybe like 1 meal a day without flour. How about that? There's a good one to start with, just for the 1 to 2 year goals. And this is plan B, so I don't die from starvation. There we go. And teaching online would be relevant to posting artwork on Instagram so that I can build a following. But actually I had nothing for exercising daily or Korean. So hey, here we go. Let's put down a happy diet sticker. This is stretching. Classical stretch 3 times a week. Can we try to do that? Huh? Let's try to do that. Daily exercise is the main goal that I'm trying to go for, but this is the baby step. Get it? Like, that's how it's supposed to be. And then a little journal sticker from Happy Dia sampler sheet as well. And I didn't have room to write Korean, so I just wrote Hangulgo. And I wrote study the yo form, and I'm like, no, that's dumb. Like, that's going against how I want to learn this language. So I covered that up with a do it sticker, also from the same Happy Dia sampler. And instead wrote that I should watch a video every day from a YouTuber named Suntae, or his channel's like Conversational Korean, but I don't think he actually has a video for me to watch every single day, so that might get changed later too. But anyway, and then this is a thing that I also saw in Getting Things Done, that after you go through your 1 to 2 year goals, you kind of have your areas of responsibility. And I kind of forget why this was a thing. I have a feeling, somebody can refresh my memory, but I feel like it was supposed to help you define like whether or not you should take on a project or take on another area of responsibility, because you might already have too many. So like one is obviously finance, like you gotta be responsible for paying your taxes and, you know, making sure you don't run out of money, and then spending time with family and cleaning your room. Like, so I just wrote those down quick style. And then here's me actually pulling out a ruler, because I thought I was going to try to be mathematical about this and copy down a diagram for Ikigai, which was on a TED Talk or a YouTube video I saw somewhere, about how to kind of focus in on doing work that will bring you happiness and fulfill you. So it's got 4 circles that are kind of linked up together, and I was trying my best to kind of like plot these out. The dot grid didn't help at all, so instead I grabbed this teacup that my friend Linda got me, and it was the perfect size, so I just kind of traced around it. And this marker's washable, so it came right off, don't worry. Not ruining this beautiful cup. And just kind of haphazardly drew the 4 circles that I needed, and then darkened them all up and thickened them all up, and then started labeling them as I saw on the YouTube video. So on the top one here, it's something that you enjoy doing, and that could be, you know, volunteering or painting or, you know, making shoes. I don't know, something people need, something that pays well, and something you're good at. So you need like all 4 of these things, but if you only have 2, like if you only have something you like to do and you're good at it, it's more like a hobby, a passion, an interest. It's not how you make your living, and that's where like amateur musicians fall. Then you've got your profession, which is something you're good at and something that pays well, but maybe you have no interest in it, like me working at you know, my art classes. Like, I don't really want to teach there forever, but it's something I do to pay bills. And then, you know, if you have something people need and it's something you love, you might be on a mission. Like, you're an amateur blogger trying to get people to turn vegan, or, you know, use public transportation to save the world. I don't know. And then you got vocation, which is something that pays well and something that the world needs. And that's something, I think the video said it's more like being like a teacher, where you're doing the same thing over and over. Or even the Mexican grill place, like every day I fry chips, and it doesn't help me to grow as a person. So here's where I'm trying to kind of separate these. I got a little confused on some, but yeah, I tried to copy the diagram as best I could. So on this one, if you only have a vocation, to get Ikigai, which is, you know, complete peace or whatever, you need to find something that'll challenge you and will give you room to grow. And then if you just have a hobby, you gotta learn how to make money off of that, you know. So there's different ways to kind of like maneuver around this diagram to get it. But anyway, those are like my vision boards for my bullet journal, and here's another quick look at just the ones that I set up. First And it's kind of out of order because I felt like if I did these videos in the order that I created my layouts, that it would kind of be all over the place and haphazard, and I wanted to kind of keep these videos at least on a theme, so that if you're like, oh, I wanted to go check what Betsy did about, you know, her year goals or whatever, you wouldn't have to search through like billions of videos, and you could just go like, oh yeah, it's the one about vision boards. So that was my first setup session, and I will be back very soon with my next setup session, where I'm going to focus on my art class setup and then my trackers for my different habits and stuff. So be back soon.